Caitlin is the most popular WNBA player, but she's not the best at this time. Just like Larry and I were not the best when we entered the league. We became the best later on by our play. Caitlin still has to play great to become the best WNBA player.
I'm on one side working out, Caitlin Clark on the other side.
Really?
I look at myself, there you go, two legends, Patty.
Did you say what's up?
You know I say what's up, but I'm not the type to say what's up to interrupt your workout because I don't like people to interrupt mine. She can shoot the shit out of it.
And the WNBA assist leader this past year.
She can shoot the shit out the ball.
I've stayed quiet, but I've had enough.
Caitlin Clark isn't just playing the game. She's changing it. With jaw-dropping moves and unmatched confidence, she's got fans glued to the screen, experts scrambling for words, and even NBA royalty taking notice. This isn't your average rookie story. Caitlin's rewriting the rules and racking up stats that belong in the history books. Her bold, explosive style is shaking up women's basketball like never before. But with that spotlight comes heat. Some question her place at the top. Critics have been loud, and the haters even louder. Now, two of the game's most legendary voices, Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, have stepped in. And what they've said about Caitlin Clark has sent shockwaves through the basketball world. She's not just making noise, she's starting a movement.
I've stayed quiet, but I've had enough. Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA and got treated badly just because she's white. She dominated because she earned it. Attacking someone for their skin color ain't right, no matter who it is.
If the video making the rounds is authentic, Larry Bird's words cut to the heart of a much bigger issue. Caitlin Clark burst into the WNBA with a blaze of talent and excitement, but instead of being celebrated, some chose to focus on her skin color. That's not sportsmanship. That's a distraction from what really matters. Skill, and make no mistake, Caitlin has it in spades. Bird reportedly didn't hold back, calling out the unfair narratives and reminding everyone that basketball has always been about one thing, talent. But he wasn't done yet. He had more to say later, and believe me, you'll want to hear it. Whether the quote is verified or not, the truth behind it is undeniable. Caitlin Clark has earned every bit of her spotlight. Her game speaks for itself. End of story. And now another legend has entered the chat, Michael Jordan. Jordan's message? Simple but powerful. The WNBA owes Caitlin Clark big time. Her impact on the game has been massive, and he believes it's time the league recognizes that. But MJ didn't stop at praise. He openly criticized how officials have handled Caitlin's games, saying the refereeing has been blatantly unfair and that the league needs to fix it. Now, when the greatest of all time speaks, people listen. And his words are clear. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rising star, she's a force reshaping the future of women's basketball. It's time she gets the respect she's earned, on and off the court. Caitlin Clark's rise can no longer be overlooked, and NBA legend Allen Iverson sees it too. Known for shaking up the league in his own era, Iverson's impact on basketball mirrors what Clark is doing for the WNBA right now. Both Iverson and Clark became household names in college, stepping into the pros under intense scrutiny and sky-high expectations. Neither relied on physical dominance. Instead, they won over fans and silenced critics with elite skills, fearless play, and relentless drive. Iverson rewrote the NBA's playbook with his unforgettable crossover, an explosive move that left defenders frozen and changed how guards approached the game. It was flash, grit, and street ball finesse all rolled into one. Today, Caitlin Clark is doing something just as transformative. Her deep range, fast tempo, and high IQ have inspired a generation of young girls to play bold and play smart. She's not just playing basketball, she's setting the standard for the future, and Iverson sees that. In a recent interview, he praised Clark's mindset, poise, and unique skill set, calling her a true game changer. From one legend to another, in the making, the message is clear. Caitlin Clark is carving her legacy, and the world is watching.
Man, shoot the blood out of the ball. You know what I mean? I never seen anything like it. You know what I mean? And then just how aggressive she is, you know, and not just scoring in basketball, getting her teammates involved as well. I think she's so great for the game. You know what I mean? It was a pleasure watching her, and I just think down the road, she's going to only get better.
Allen Iverson knows what it means to carry a team, and when he watches Caitlin Clark, he sees those same leadership traits in action. At the height of his career, Iverson was the offensive heartbeat of his squad, shouldering the scoring load night after night. Today, Clark is doing much of the same for the Indiana Fever. Her relentless aggression on the court has drawn high praise from Iverson, who sees that killer instinct as essential for any player leading the charge. But Iverson also pointed to something deeper. What truly separates the greats from the legends: elite playmaking. And despite being the youngest player on her team, Clark shows an impressive ability to lift her teammates through her vision, creativity, and selfless style of play. Players like Clark and Iverson are known as floor raisers. They don't just play well, they make everyone around them better through sheer talent and basketball IQ. Iverson famously led a struggling 76ers team to the NBA Finals, relying on pure willpower and scoring brilliance, and he believes Clark is on a similar path. With time and experience, he's confident she'll grow into an even stronger leader, capable of taking her team to the next level. Now the spotlight shifts to the Indiana Fever. The question is no longer about Clark's potential, it's about whether the franchise can build the right roster around her, because with the right support, the sky's the limit. Just like it was for Iverson. Dominance in basketball doesn't always come from brute strength, and no one understands that better than Shaquille O'Neal. Widely known as one of the most physically dominant forces the game has ever seen, Shaq has never hesitated to give props to those who dominate in different ways. He's praised Steph Curry for transforming the NBA with finesse and shooting instead of size, and now he's showing that same admiration for Caitlin Clark. During his appearance on Unapologetically Angel Reese's podcast, Shaq spoke openly about Clark's impact on the game. He highlighted how, much like Curry, Caitlin is reshaping her league, not with power, but with pure skill, deep range, and basketball IQ. Shaq made it clear, real dominance isn't about how big you are, but how much you move the game forward. And in his eyes, Caitlin Clark is doing exactly that. She's not just a standout talent, she's a revolutionary force.
Why do you think that on a consistent basis?
Shaquille O'Neal made one thing crystal clear. Caitlin Clark is doing something no one else in the WNBA has ever done. Even her fiercest on-court rival, Angel Reese, has acknowledged Clark's uniqueness. Sure, Angel tried to keep it light, saying she can shoot threes from the logo, but even that statement speaks volumes. That kind of range takes extreme precision, relentless practice, and serious confidence. Shaq's praise didn't just spotlight Caitlin's skill, it quietly pushed back against the idea that she's not the face of the league's rise. In his eyes, it's Caitlin's deep shooting and dynamic style that are pulling in new fans and giving the WNBA a fresh energy. Whether Angel Reese wants to admit it or not, Caitlin Clark's influence is impossible to ignore. She's raising the bar and bringing the spotlight to the league in ways we haven't seen before, and she's got another major voice in her corner, Charles Barkley. Barkley, a legend on the hardwood and in the media, knows talent when he sees it, and he sees something special in Clark. But it's not just her on-court performance that's caught his eye. What truly impresses Barkley is how Caitlin handles everything off the court. Media pressure, massive expectations, and fan attention with the poise of a seasoned pro. That kind of maturity at such a young age, it's rare. And coming from someone who's been in the pressure cooker of pro basketball, Barkley's respect carries serious weight. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing the game, she's mastering every part of it.
And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. And now, when I watch her, two things I like. She's playing much faster.
Yeah.
Much faster. She was playing too slow the first half of the season.
I think she was tired. I think she was banged up from the college season.
They didn't even give her the understanding, like, you girls been ready for the WNBA season. Y'all been working out on the no straight. She came straight out of college.
Caitlin Clark is thriving in every area of the game, both on and off the court, and it all comes down to her mindset. From day one, she's faced intense pressure from fans, franchises, and critics alike. But instead of cracking under the weight, she's shattered expectations. She's taken hard hits from opponents, literally and figuratively, and answered with toughness. What's more impressive, she hasn't plateaued. Clark keeps evolving, game after game, which is no small feat when transitioning from college to the professional ranks. The WNBA isn't just a step up in talent, it's a different world physically. The grind of the season wears on players in ways most fans never see, and for someone like Caitlin, who's constantly targeted by defenses, the challenge is even greater. But she's handled it like a pro, putting in the work to physically prepare for every bump, push, and body check that comes her way. Early on, some doubted her physicality, assuming she was all finesse and long-range flair. But now, she's showing. She can take the hits and keep firing. And then there's the rivalry. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have become the WNBA's headline duel. Their on-court battles are electric, and their contrast in styles and personalities has fueled major fan interest. This rivalry is quickly becoming a cornerstone of the league's growing popularity. It echoes a pivotal time in basketball history. In the 1970s, the NBA struggled to pull in viewers, so much so that many games weren't even aired live. That all changed when two generational stars arrived and elevated the league to must-watch status. Now, with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese lighting up the W, we may be witnessing the beginning of a similar transformation, one that could reshape women's basketball for years to come. Back in 1979, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird changed the course of basketball forever. Their legendary NCAA championship clash drew record-breaking viewers and reignited national interest in the NBA. Fast forward to today, and history may be repeating itself, this time in the WNBA. The recent surge in women's basketball viewership isn't just a coincidence. At the center of it all is the electrifying rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Their battles in college captivated fans, and now their simultaneous leap into the WNBA is bringing a wave of fresh energy and attention to the league. The comparisons to Bird and Magic have come quickly, and they're not just from fans and analysts. Even Magic Johnson himself has acknowledged the parallels, and more than that, he sees something truly special in Caitlin Clark. According to Magic, Caitlin has the potential to go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, players in WNBA history. Just as Bird and Magic's rivalry helped lift the NBA into a new era in the 1980s, Angel and Caitlin may be laying the foundation for a golden age in women's basketball. The stage is set, the stars have arrived, and the game may never be the same again.
Caitlin is the most popular WNBA player, but she's not the best at this time. Just like Larry and I were not the best when we entered the league. We became the best later on by our play. Caitlin still has to play great to become the best WNBA.
Magic Johnson has long been a champion of the WNBA, not just as a fan, but as the owner of the Los Angeles Sparks. Years ago, he predicted that the Women's League would one day rise to become a thriving, respected business, much like the NBA. And now, that vision is starting to take shape. With excitement surging around the WNBA, much of it centers on the fierce and fascinating rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Magic sees clear echoes of his own battles with Larry Bird, matchups that helped lift the NBA from a struggling league to a national obsession. Now, he believes the WNBA is on the brink of its own transformation. Financial momentum is already building, viewership is climbing, and with a spotlight fixed firmly on Clark and Reese, the league is drawing new fans by the millions. But it's not just about the buzz. Magic also pointed to the way he and Bird reshaped how the NBA was played, faster, smarter, more dynamic, and Caitlin Clark may be poised to have a similar impact. Her skill level is already redefining expectations, pushing the standard higher across the league. Clark plays the point with elite vision, poise, and range, traits that made Magic a revolutionary force when he entered the NBA, just as Magic once transformed team offenses and redefined the role of the point guard. Caitlin is beginning to shift how WNBA teams think, build, and play. According to Magic Johnson, this isn't just a moment, it's a movement, and Caitlin Clark is leading the charge. Magic Johnson's legacy still shines bright today, and Caitlin Clark has the potential to leave a similar mark on the WNBA. When it comes to the title Point God, one name often stands above the rest: